Okay. Uh, take two. I think we're live. Well, hello there, troopers, and welcome back to General Economy's Bunker. Thank you so much for joining me here on another episode of The High Ground. So, we've had quite a bit of technical difficulties. Um, so, I hope that you're seeing me now. Yeah, it's been a day and a half already. Um, we were just trying to stream and try it for like 10 minutes, and I guess the settings weren't quite right. So even though it says I was live, apparently nobody could join. um so yeah, that was awesome. Again, thank you for joining me if you are indeed here, hopefully. um yeah, it's been a day of technical difficulties. So to start off, we I lost the I lost my freaking StreamYard account. I don't know what happened. I don't know what I did, if I did anything. I try to log in like any other day to create the stream, and it's just not there. Um, yeah, so I'm trying it directly through YouTube. I hope it's working out. Um, I don't ever use the native YouTube Studio app. So again, I hope that you can see me and you can hear me. I was trying for like 10 minutes, and apparently the stream just wasn't going out. I couldn't find it. Nobody could, even though it said I was live. So that was awesome. So I apologize if you were waiting. Thank you if you are tuning in. Again, appreciate y'all. We're gonna try to get by tonight. Like I said, I lost my StreamYard account. I don't know what's going to happen. I hope to get it back, but from what I've read, on Reddit and other forums, it's not looking good. So, um, yeah, so it's telling me that it's probably deleted, which is great. Super excited about that. But yeah, so I've been trying to reach their customer service or tech support or whatever. Haven't really had much luck. Um, but yeah, we're gonna keep trying until they tell me there's nothing I can do. I might just have to create a new account altogether, which is gonna suck to rebuild everything. But you know, uh, yeah, it is what it is. I mean, if I have to, I'll do it. I'll try to be more careful with it. Um, but yeah, um, so yeah, not a great day for streaming. And then YouTube is playing tricks on me right now. Like I said, I was talking for like 7 minutes, um, and then it just wasn't working out apparently. So yeah, apologies if you try to join that stream. We are here now. I see some people in the chat, which leads me to believe that you can at least see the stream now. I hope you can see and hear me. But yeah, it's been a day. It's been a day. So we already got, like I said, some people here in the chat. So let me jump in and say hello. Um, we got um, I can't show it. No, of course not. But we do have the nerd squadron in the house. What's going on, Chris? Appreciate you joining, brother. Thank you so much. We got Ultra in the house. He says, "Sorry about your StreamYard account." Thank you. Yeah, kind of sucks. Like I said, it's not looking good. It From what I've read, it looks like it was deleted. I don't know why. I don't know how. And the worst part is that I do pay for a subscription. Therefore, I don't know what happens to that. I'm hoping to get some money back because otherwise, that's not really fair, or I don't think it's fair. And yeah, I haven't heard anything from their tech support. I contacted them last night when I first noticed the problem, and I haven't heard from them all day. So again, not looking great. Not looking great. Mm. And like I said, it's not a huge setback. I can rebuild. I have most of the stuff. It's just going to take me a long time to get it back up to the way I wanted it, the way I already had it. But my concern is again the subscription. Like, what happens to that? Is it just deleted? Is it lost? I don't know. Let me see. Action Joe Fix in the house. What is going on, brother? Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you. Mm, Ultra saying bye. Appreciate you joining, man. Thank you for stopping by. We got Bro Lorian. Bro, I was so confused with the link. Dude, you're not the only one. This thing is not great. The native, sorry, um, YouTube app is definitely not not the best. But yeah, we're making do. Like I said, I should be back regular stuff soonish. Again, it's definitely not looking great for StreamYard. I think my account is gone, like gone. Uh, so I'm just waiting for confirmation before I make a new one. But it kind of seems like I'm gonna have to, which again sucks quite a bit. But you know, it is what it is. Um, I just wish I knew what happened. I have no clue. It was just, it was just gone. Um, so yeah, I hope to at least get some answers and see what not to do next time, right? Because it's definitely not fun. I mean, I've had that account for about 3 years now. Um, I obviously had everything set up the way I like it, all the options, all the screens, all the backgrounds, etc., etc. So all that's gone, possibly, more than likely. Like I said, I've been reading all day, trying to figure out what happened, and pretty much everybody says the same thing, that more than likely my account is flat out deleted, and that there's no sort of getting it back. Which again, I'm not happy about, but I'm more concerned about the money. I'm more concerned about my subscription, as in what happens to that. Because they just charged me literally like 3 days ago for the month. So I kind of want to know if I get a refund, or what's going on. Um, Actually, Joe says I can hear and see you. Awesome, I appreciate you. Thank you for confirming. Like I said, before this, I was trying to stream, and even though it would say it was live, it just wasn't. I'm pretty sure I messed something up with the settings. Nerd Squadron says, hopefully the setback ends up with a full year subscription for free. Nah, they're not gonna do that. I can guarantee you, they're not gonna do that, man. They do not care. Ever since they sold StreamYard to that other company, what was it, last year? It's been, yeah, it's been a roller coaster. So I can almost guarantee you that they will not even, yeah, I'll probably not even get a month, let alone a year. Limitless Nerd in the house saying, "What's up, everyone? Appreciate you joining, man. Thank you." The Nerd Squad is saying, "Hit that like button." Yes, I would greatly appreciate it if you still hit that like button here on the live stream, so YouTube knows that even though we're using its peculiar interface here, we are hanging out. It's here on a Wednesday night, and we're trying to have fun. Like I said, it's different. It's very different. A lot of stuff sort of missing, but we're hanging out, we're having fun. So I hope, again, I hope that everybody's having a great week. And if not, we're almost to the weekend. Today's Wednesday, tomorrow's Thursday, which already smells like Friday. So just hold on tight a little bit more, and you'll be home free for the weekend. Um, Again, it's been a day for me. It's been definitely a different day for streaming. But again, here we are. So enough of complaining. So for those of you joining late, I lost my StreamYard. I hope to get it back. Probably won't, but that's why I'm here, and that's why you got no like cool intros or anything like that. It's just it's just me. All of this just for you. But let's move on. Let's move on. Let's chat about some funner stuff like Star Wars stuff. Let's talk about some Star Wars stuff. So there's been a lot of news, a lot of little interviews, right, going on with plenty of Star Wars alumni, and I saw this one today about Mark Hamill, and he was obviously doing an interview for something else, which is kind of funny. I still think it's kind of funny because um, Mark Hamill does, oh, here we go. Mark Hamill does interviews for his new movies and shows and stuff like that. But of course, it always keeps coming back to Star Wars, right? I mean, come on, you cannot have Mark Hamill and not talk about Star Wars. So that's one in particular, he mentioned, or he was out actually promoting The Life of Chuck in a British daytime show called This Morning. And he was basically talking about or reminiscing how he wasn't like super excited the um, about the name change from Luke Starkiller, back in those early drafts for A New Hope, which wasn't even called A New Hope, right? It was just Star Wars. Uh, the change from Luke Starkiller to Luke Skywalker, right? And his quote was basically because it sounded like Luke fly swatter. He's like, I hated it. Um, so it's those little tidbits, that I love seeing him do more interviews. Again, inevitably they gotta talk about Star Wars, right? I mean, you don't have Mark Hamill on your show and not at least bring it up once or twice. So he was talking about sort of George Lucas's directing style, which is basically not directing. So he was saying that George, he doesn't really talk about like motivation or what drives you, stuff like that. He just casts people that are as close to the character as he can get, and therefore, they don't really need like that guidance, right? They're just kind of there. They're just kind of it. Um, so yeah, it was pretty interesting to see that. And again, I love seeing Mark as much as we can. Um, let's be honest, he's not getting any younger, so it's awesome to see him out and about, telling us these little stories, right? And you know how he is. He's cool. He takes it all with a little bit of comedy too. I love when he's talking about these stories, and he always imitates Harrison Ford and George Lucas, and he nails both of them. Pretty cool. Let me see here in the chat. We got Pop the Bounty Collector saying, "Yo, what up, cuss? What's going on, brother? Trying to make do without StreamYard. It's kind of funky how much we've grown accustomed, to the interface. This seems kind of clunky by comparison, which is saying a lot because StreamYard is I thought was not the best, but it does definitely do a couple of things right. Um, Action Joe Fix says, I'm a week 2 back at school. I hope it goes by quick. Oh, I hear you, man. Yeah, this is our second week back with the kiddo as well. So we're starting to get sort of like the hang of things, really. But yeah, man, I hope that you are having a great back to school, and everybody else. Either you're teaching or you got kids or you are a student. My hats off to you. Pop the Body Collector says, Jose Raw, I like it. Ooh, look at you. Nerd Squadron says, did somebody say Raw? Absolutely. Limitless Nerd says he'll be looking Joker forever. Oh, absolutely. Faster, more intense. Yep. We got Edson in the house saying, sup, y'all? What's going on, man? Appreciate you joining, man. Thank you. We got Flex in the house, mi general. What's going on, brother? Appreciate you joining, man. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, we're just trying to get over the tech hurdles, man. They try to keep us out, they try to keep us separated, but they can't. They cannot stop us, the Bunker Bunch, for hanging out. They flat out, I think, deleted my StreamYard account again. I've been talking about it since the beginning, but yeah, we'll see what comes out of that. So, um, so that's Mark Hamill. Like I said, I love that he's doing more interviews. He's got a new movie also called The Long Walk, also based off Stephen King novel, one that he wrote when he was pretty young. I don't know. He wrote it when he was like 19 years old, which is nuts. So that movie looks pretty creepy. Mark Hamill plays a military guy, and the Long Walk, and I want to say it comes out in a month. Excuse me. If anybody knows the exact date, I believe it's September 12th, but don't quote me on that. But it is coming out soon, so I kind of want to check it out. I kind of want to check it out in theaters. Also, I want to ask you guys: did anybody catch the TMNT? 35-year anniversary um, back in theaters. They showed it. I think I saw dates today still, and I'm wondering how many of you actually got to make it out there. I wanted to, but man, these days it's kind of harder and harder to get to the movies. Movie anniversary. I want to say, yeah, 35th anniversary. I wonder if it's still on. Did anybody manage to catch it? Also, 35 years, guys. That's, yeah. Ouch. I'm old. I am old. Release date August 17th. So that was over the weekend. Probably not, right? I'm assuming it's already off. Um, we had one showing here today still, but probably tomorrow with the new movies they're being bumped off. Yeah, I'm kind of sad that I missed it, to be honest. I wanted to take the kid for him to experience, that, especially that first movie. It's just movie magic, right? But yeah, let me know if you guys made it out to theaters to watch Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles one, the uh, the 35th anniversary. Yikes! Yikes! 35 years. That's kind of oof. Let me see. Jumping back here into the chat says, Pop the Bunny Collector. He says, my daughter started college Monday. Whoa, that is nuts, dude. That is crazy. Congratulations, first of all. But man, it's a little bit nerve wracking. I would imagine. Congrats, though. I'm sure she's gonna do amazing. I got Martha in the house saying hi, appreciate you. Pop saying tomorrow's the last day for TMNT 821. Dang it, man. Tomorrow is what? Tomorrow's Thursday. Maybe we can swing it. I don't know. I need to see if they're showing still here nearby. Because yeah, I'd definitely like to check it out. Let's see. Can I see? Did you? How can I check? Mm, the movies showtimes. Okay, for tomorrow. Oh, is nobody two out already? I kind of want to watch that. Mm, nope, it's not here tomorrow. Dang it. Oh well. Yeah, I don't think it's here anymore after today. So there goes that. But yeah, like I said, let me know if you guys actually got to make it out to watch TMNT. Um, Also, did everybody catch? This is, it's a little bit older news. Some of the stuff that came out, as we were hanging out over at Rebels Comic Con. But did you guys catch the sort of like the Gina Carano settlement, right? Basically, her and Disney are okay now. I'm not gonna say friends because that's stretching it, but they're okay, right? They reached settlement. I'm sure a lot of money was exchanged, and they issued, a statement saying, "Hey, we like working with her." Not true, by the way. We always treated her with the utmost respect. I don't know. Probably not true. Don't quote me on that. I don't know. Um, and we look forward to working with her again. Again, probably not. Um, so I think that they might try to cap off the character, Cara Dune. Remember last season, it was just like mentioned that she was off on some mission. And I think we might see either her getting sent on a long term mission, as in to explore another galaxy and never to return, or she might get, like a cool last stand sacrifice scene, and then that's it. She's gone. Or maybe just a small cameo slash flashback to explain why she's gone, and then that's it. I don't know that we're gonna see Cara Dune anymore, beyond, like I said, beyond some short appearances. Um, What do you think? You think she actually comes back to the show as a regular? Do we think that she shows up in the Mando movie? I'm leaning towards no because of the timing, really. Remember, the Mando movie's pretty much wrapped filming. Um, they're working on the post production, right? But that movie comes out next year. That movie comes out in less than a year. So I doubt that they would. Um, I doubt that they would reshoot a lot for her. Like I said, unless it's just like a little cameo or like a death scene that doesn't take too much, maybe. That's a big maybe. Because think about it, all throughout last year and this year when they were still filming, um, all this like legal troubles were still going on, right? So that's why I'm saying I don't think they wrote her into the movie. Now, they are filming Ahsoka season 2. So maybe, right? So I'm saying maybe she gets sent off to Peridia, and she gets lost in the wilderness and that she never is heard from again in like 300 years or something. But what do you think? You think she still makes it into the movie? Like I said, I don't, but at the same time, I could see it, uh, them wanting to get out quicker rather than later, so that people are like, all right, there she is, and she's gone, and we're done. A lot of people you know, don't care that much about the character anymore, to be honest. Let's see. Okay, let me jump here back into the chat. Do, 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 do. Nerd Squadron says, "Can we go back to RSC now?" Yeah, I'll take that. Luis in the house. Thanks so much for joining, man. Actually, Joe fixes. I thought it was the 20th. Nope, we were off for 15 years, buddy. Kind of nuts. Kind of nuts. Pop the Bonnie Collector says Timothy was the first movie I seen in theaters. That is awesome, dude. That is awesome. Back in 1990, man. Miss those days. Yeah, I miss some of those days. Um, Action Joe fixes today was the last day. Yeah, apparently there's no more showings tomorrow. So, Limitless Nerd says I'm still feeling post RSC burnout, dude. I hear you, man. It's been yeah, which is funny because it's been what, week and a half. We're going on 2 weeks, and yeah, I still feel it. Look who it is. We got Chris from the Man Collects. What is going on, brother? Appreciate you joining, man. Thank you so much. Pap saying 8-year-old and my older sister took me as a surprise gift to watch the movie. Dude, that is amazing. That's quite the story, quite the memory. What's up? Says our friend Jans from Legacy Arts Custom Dioramas. Welcome, brother. Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for joining us. Action Joe says, I would hope that she would show up in the Mando movie. Yeah, like I said, man, I don't know. I don't know that they can make it in time. Again, unless it's like a quick, cameo, something that she can film in like 2 to 3 days, and then that's it, right? She's out. I don't know. Like I said, I find it a little bit hard to believe that she'll still make it for the movie. Ahsoka season 2, yeah, that's a lot easier for it to happen. We see we got Jedi Cantina in the house. What's going on, Brett? Saying reporting for Bunker Bunch duty. Appreciate you, man. Thank you. Yeah, so I didn't even get a chance to tell you, but I lost StreamYard. My account seems to be deleted, so I'm actually streaming through YouTube interface, and it's a little bit challenging, but we're making do. We're having fun. Nerd Squadron says, I hope she at least comes back during Heir to the Empire. I thought about that too, but I don't know. Heir to the Empire is still far away, man. Um, they don't even have a script. They haven't started filming, obviously. So we're still talking about two no, I would say 3 years away from getting anything done, right? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe that's where she gets her exit, right? Maybe that's where she has an awesome last stand against a bunch of zombie troopers, and then they, you know, literally chew her out, and that's it. Man collects as generally it appears. You have made a wonderful beverage choice tonight. Well, oh yeah, cheers, mate. Mm, this is one of my favorites. I'm not gonna lie. Pepsi Zero Sugar Wild Cherry, just in case Pepsi wants to sponsor me. Ooh, I will take it. Mm, mm. Pop says they could film a small parts towards the end of the movie to end her character. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that's about the only thing that I see possible right now. If they really, really wanted to just be done with the character, and they're like, you know what, we'll pay the extra money, get everybody back for like 2 weeks. We'll film a battle scene, or we'll film, a hallway scene, something that we can wrap up, quick, and then and she's gonna go out like a badass. But then that's it, right? She's out. We're done. We're never gonna call her back. Let's see. Jetta Cantina says she can always get a spot at the cons regardless, but she's done with Star Wars. Yeah, yeah. But that's what I'm saying. Like a lot of people, when the news came out, right? They were like, "Oh, like we're getting Gina Carano is cool now, so we're gonna get Cara Dune. She's gonna be in this and this and this." I'm like, I really don't think so. I really, really don't think so. I think we get one more, you know, outing with Cara Dune, and that's gonna be to wrap up her character. Be like, all right, guys, she's done. Right? She did this one awesome last thing, and now she's, like I said, either she disappears forever, or her character gets, you know, destroyed, or whatever. She goes out exploring other far, far away galaxies. Let's see. The Nerd Squadron says, perfect 3 years to figure out how to fit her in. That's the problem, dude. I don't think she wants to fit in anymore. I think she's kind of done. Um, that's why I'm saying I think they're both done, right? I think Disney's done with her, and I think she's done with Disney. Um, she'll keep showing up to cons, like Brett was saying, that's for sure. But in terms of her like coming out in Star Wars, I'll just put it this way: I would be very surprised if we keep the character going forward. Like if she comes out in the Mando movie, if she comes out also in Ahsoka, if she comes out in Heir to the Empire, I'm gonna be very, very surprised. All right. And I'm not afraid to admit if I'm wrong, but I'm just saying, like, I really don't think that's going to be the case. I really don't think that Disney lets her win like that. Um, Pat's fan in the house saying, "Hey, General, what's going on, brother? Thanks so much for joining, man." Hello, everyone in the chat, says Pat's fan. Action Joe says, realistically, I think she would not come back. Consider how she was treated by Disney. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I really don't see it, like I said, beyond like yeah, like a wrap up story, right? Or a wrap up scene in for her character. But somebody that did talk about also coming back, and I don't hear much from him lately, is this guy here. Sorry guys, I'm, like I said, the controls here are kind of weird. So Oscar Isaacs, was talking, and he said, he would take a swing at Poe Dameron again. Um, so speaking to Variety, in recent interview, uh, it came up that referencing The Simpsons, Ralph Wiggum saying, "I'm a Star Wars." Talk about whether or not he returned. He's like, "Yeah, I'd be a Star Wars again if there was something good to do with that." So it seems he's not necessarily opposed to coming back. Um, I can see him, fitting into the Starfighter movie, for example. I would think that kind of movie would lend itself a little bit more to get cool pilots like Poe um, a shot, at coming back and getting some more screen time. For the most part, I enjoyed his character. I thought they definitely could have done a lot more character development before trying to rush it right in Rise of Skywalker, before trying to give him all the backstory that they didn't give him in 3 movies. But overall, Oscar Isaacs, I think, is a great actor. I definitely enjoyed him as Moon Knight. That show is way better than it needed to be honest. Um, and again, I would enjoy watching Poe um, take on some Imperial remnants, or some new threats to the New Republic in his X-wing, and yeah, just assisted by the cutest BB-8, and I could totally see that. It seems like he's not opposed to it. I was hoping to meet him in Japan, and he canceled. And that kind of sucked because he was definitely one of my top people that I wanted to meet. And yeah, again with Starfighter, the movie, I kind of feel that would be a good entry point to get Poe back. Um, he could be head of his own squadron again, right? Or he could be an admiral by that point, depending on how far into the future we are. Maybe he's part of the exploration force now, trying to get out there, find, new planets, or hunting down First Order or Sith Empire, remnants. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot they could do, and the movie doesn't necessarily have to be about him. It would be cool because I do think you got enough stuff there to get one movie out of the character. I don't know about a trilogy, but I think one movie you could get out of the character. Um, but yeah, I mean, why not have him sort of be the maybe like the mentor, right? The master, role to whoever the apprentice will be in that movie in Starfighter. But again, let me know what you think. Do you even want to see him back? Um, as I mentioned before, I think Poe was rushed at the end, trying to give him some sort of backstory, to make it more interesting. A little bit too little, too late, right? Kind of thing, in my opinion. But I still enjoyed the character. Like I still enjoyed his acting. I still enjoy his portrayal. He was hilarious, of course, most of the time. He was like the comic relief. Great, starfighter pilot, obviously an ace of the resistance. So yeah, again, they could have hashed out his character a lot more than what they actually did. But let me know if you even want to see him reprise the role. I still think it would be interesting. um but yeah, we oh, did you guys see that stuff that they revealed, or not revealed, but I guess um Tony Gilroy said today that Emperor Palpatine's robe were made from Gorman fabric, because that fabric became such a high, commodity in the galaxy after the events of Andor. So I thought was a kind of a cool little way to bring it back, to the OG trilogy. Let's see. So Action Joe says, I really think that Disney is moving away from the sequel trilogy and its characters because of how unpopular it was with diehard Star Wars fan or the majority of the fans. I mean, yes and no, because they're still talking about, a new trilogy with Ray. Um, Daisy Ridley keeps saying that she's working on it, but nothing ever came out in the last 5 years. So yeah, I I don't know. It felt like they were doubling down on some of those characters, and then it felt like they were backing off. And that movie, or yeah, set of movies, I don't even know anymore, um, has definitely been on pause and unpaused and in development and out of development, and different screenwriters attached, and then they leave, directors and stuff. So yeah, um, I think at some point we will get a movie with Ray in it. But if I was Disney, I would hurry because I don't think Daisy Ridley is gonna be holding on, forever. She's done other stuff, nothing too major, but yeah, I don't think 5 years of her just like holding on and being at every interview like, yeah, I'm still in Star Wars, and yeah, I'm excited, and yeah, without anything sort of materializing. I mean, that's got to get old for sure. So let me see, where was let me pull up. I want to show you guys this just in case you don't know. Mm, let me see if I can find it. Oh, please don't tell me they took it down. Where is it? Where is it? Okay. So there was a little bit of a leak regarding the new UCS Death Star Lego set, which is very different than if we believe these images, um, which I think it kind of makes sense. They kind of do look real. Um, but if we believe these images, there's not many. The set will be more like a diorama, right, than a playset. I don't know if that makes sense to you guys, but what I mean is, if you look at it, it looks a lot, flatter than the previous version of the Death Star that Lego, made a few years back. Um, my understanding is this thing comes like with a lot of minifigures and stuff like that. But somebody said that this was also going to be $999 with 99 cents. So basically, $1 million. No, I'm kidding. A grand, basically $1,000 for a Lego set. For all those of you Lego collectors out there, let me know, has there been another set that retails for $1,000? I know a lot of them reach that kind of pricing, especially when they're discontinued and you can't get them anymore. And if the franchise becomes more popular, etc. Like, I can see that being the aftermarket, price fairly easily. But you know, uh, does anybody know if another Lego set debuted? Again, with that kind of a price tag. And let me see. Can I do this? Yeah. So if you notice this picture at the bottom, I don't know if you can see it. So that's kind of like the profile picture of the set. And again, it looks fairly flat, right? It looks fairly flat, and I'm sure it's massive. Just judging by the size of the minifigs, and you got what, one, two, three, four, five, six, maybe seven different levels. You got all kinds of scenes in there. Hangar bay. Of course, you got your um, super laser. You got the throne room. I mean, you got a lot. Don't get me wrong, but man, $1,000. So, for all of you Lego collectors out there, or just Uber Death Star enthusiasts, are you guys gonna get this at a grand? $1,000 for this set. Um, will you be going in on this? And if so, will you be streaming building it? And if so, can I help? I'm just kidding. I have no patience for Legos. I would do horrible with this set. This set would take me up at least 3 years to complete. But it is very, very impressive. I'm sure once it's put together, it's going to look insanely gorgeous. I do want to go down to the Lego store and see it, in person, like once they bring it out. But yeah, guys, it's an interesting choice, I think, to make it flat. I don't know if that's actually gonna help with I don't know if it's gonna help with the way you display it. It being flat, um, it might be easier to mount somewhere, or it might be easier to um, set up on a stand or on a special base. Again, I don't collect Lego, so I don't really know what's out there in terms of like aftermarket, displays. Um, but let me know. Let me know if you guys, are gonna go in on this, and how do you plan to display it? Because this thing is freaking massive. Um, yeah. Are you guys excited that it's actually flat like that? Like, does that make sense to you, or more sense? Remember the previous one was like a bit of a spherical shape, right? And it still had plenty of levels, and it was still a massive set. But they definitely gone in a different route, with this one. So yeah, let me know. Let me know what you guys think about it. Let me know if the price tag of $1,000 makes sense to you. And again, if you are going to buy it, man, my hat's off to you. You are for sure a true Lego collector. Um, Look at all these scenes, though. I mean, that's you got the trash compactor, you got the interrogation room, you got the communications room, you got the meeting room, you got the turbo lasers, the throne room. I mean, you got a lot. You got a lot, a lot. I wonder if all these minifigs come with the set. Does anybody know how many minifigs do you get? I mean, for a grand, again, I would expect it at least comes with a few of them, or like a dozen. So I see this guy's down here, but I don't know if is that it? I don't think so, right? That can't be it. Just for the set. What is that? Galen Urso and Director Krennic, is that right? Can I zoom in here? No, it's not letting me. So yeah, like I said, let me know if you guys get it, and if that price tag makes sense to you. Um, Action Joe Fig says that they did not mention the Ray movie during the last Star Wars celebration. Um, they they mentioned it in like passing. They didn't really say anything about it. When Kathleen Kennedy was talking about like the ongoing projects, like it was brought up there, but nothing. Again, no details, no nothing. Obviously, Daisy really wasn't there, so yeah, it's definitely not the center of attention. I don't think. Action Joe Fix says, I would love to see it in person, but I don't have the patience for legs. He's like, sorry, I misspoke in that the Ray movie was not mentioned during the last D23 Expo when the Lucasfilm portion came out, when they show all future movies and no Ray movie shown yet. Well, they put it on pause again, remember? Um, it was on by the time of celebration. It's off right now, I think, again. Um, and that's what I meant. It seems like that happens every like 2-3 months. We're like, oh, we're back on track. We got a new, screenwriter, and then they're like, oh no, we lost him, and now the whole project is on pause and delayed. So yeah, I definitely don't have a lot of faith in that movie ever coming out. Um, but again, if Disney, you know, wants to make use of the Ray character, I would think they need to hurry up and do something. If she's not gonna get her own movie, okay, but maybe put her into a show. Just kind of like something to keep the ball rolling, right? Again, if that is the direction they want to go. If not, then maybe you just drop it, right? Maybe you just don't bring it up again. Maybe you just kind of let it go quietly into the night, and they're like, "Oh, remember that Lando show we were gonna do? Yeah, no, it's gonna go that way too. Remember that? What was that? What was that droids project? Anyway, nothing came off of it. Yeah, we're gonna go down one too. Rogue Squadron, Rogue Squadron. Oh, man, I was so excited for Rogue Squadron, and I know that I think the last that I heard was that it's still kind of maybe on, but not really. Yeah, if anybody has heard like actual confirmation about Rogue Squadron, I'll take it, because that one I was pretty excited for, and very much looking forward to it. I thought it was going to be a great project. So I don't know if Starfighter came off of that, and now we're not going to get an actual Rogue Squadron, which kind of seems that way. Um, I'd still like to see it. Like I said, Star Wars has so many stories, excuse me, and so many opportunities to tell those stories that even if we get a Starfighter movie, I don't think that necessarily conflicts with a Rogue Squadron movie, right? I think if anything, they could you know build off of each other and bring characters that are intertwined on both of them. But yeah, it's just not looking great, in general. Um, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Um, Another thing that I wanted to bring up, let me pull it up because I want to get the the quotes correct here. But basically, Tony Gilroy was picking up on Andor's, Emmy nomination, and or I should say, lack of nominations for the actors. And he was talking about how, both um, the characters of Mon Mothma and Andor, they delivered a performance for like years, right? That was incredible. I mean, their character development was insane, and they got zero, right, like recognition at the Emmys, which again, it's not great. Definitely not great. I think he called it heartbreaking, if I remember correctly, and I agree. I mean, I don't know. It's so strange. Like, why wouldn't you just give them one? I mean, one or two nominations, all right? Um, I totally feel that they deserve him. Our buddy Kyle, who played Cyril, whom we got to meet in person over at Rebels Comic Con. I mean, his acting was crazy. His character development was probably one of the best we've ever seen. In a show. I'm not even talking about like just purely Star Wars. Um, but yeah, I don't know. So it is kind of nice to see the director sort of acknowledge that, right? And he's like, yeah, like I wasn't that cool with it either, right? Um, because that shows also support to the actors and to their performances. And again, it was crazy performances that they gave us, and people are still buzzing about it, right? Andor definitely set the bar, pretty high for what. First of all, for what a Star Wars show can do, and second of all, just what a sci-fi show can do, and in general, when the writers are king, like that's kind of what you get, right? I understand not always, but it definitely opened, I think, the eyes of a lot of showrunners, that hey, maybe we let the writers, take a swing at it, and this one was definitely a hit. Um, Hey everyone, says Nerd Affiliating. What's going on, brother? Thank you so much for joining, man. I appreciate you. Action Joe says, I would love Rogue Squadron, but I heard there was falling out between Jenkins and Kennedy. Yeah, so I don't think we're gonna get Rogue Squadron like they said we were gonna get it, right? But I'd still love to see something come off of it. Bro Lauren says, anyone scared of what Sean Levi and Ryan Gosling might do? Um, I mean, again, at this point, it's like the only movie that's actually being worked on, man. Um, yeah, I don't know. It's it's all we got, really, if you think about it. Besides the Mandu movie, that's Mandu and Grogu, shortened, by the way. Besides the Mandu movie, we don't have another movie that's like actually confirmed being worked on besides Starfighter, right? Which they are. Remind me, are they about to start filming or they just started filming? But they're getting pretty close. And so, yeah. Aside from that, there's no other movie. really, if you think about it. There's no other movie like, I think, even close to being worked on. Um, we know about the new trilogy, whatever that means. Dawn of the Jedi, that hasn't moved. Again, the Ray movie, on and off, like indefinitely. Rogue Squadron, kind of the same thing. Like I said, the last thing that I heard that it was on, but not in the iteration that originally was communicated to us. So, different script, different director, so different movie altogether, pretty much. Um, so yeah, it's all we got. It's all we got. So hopefully Sean Levi and Gosling, do a good job. Because we definitely need them to. Um, the Mandalorian Grogu movie is gonna be fun. That is for sure. It's gonna be a fun movie. I don't know how rich it will be in terms of story. Um, but I think it's gonna be a little bit more on the side of like fan service, if that makes any sense. So I think it's gonna get people buzzing again, for Star Wars movies, like in the theater. And so after that, we're definitely gonna need an actual hit, right? Not a, how can I say it? Not a tried and true, right, property like Mandalorian, but something a little bit refreshing, a little bit new. Hopefully, Starfighter is that it, but I don't know. And then yes, of course, I want to see Heir to the Empire. I mean, who doesn't? That's like the Avengers level, right? Movie. Um, but also, what do you guys think? So we haven't had a Star Wars movie outright, in theaters since 2019, right? So it's been a little while. Do you guys think that now that it just seems like we're flat out got Marvel fatigue, right? Nothing has been hitting nowhere near as 5 years ago. Do you guys think that's actually good for Star Wars? Like some people might actually gravitate more towards Star Wars than Marvel now. And for clarification, I enjoyed Fantastic Four quite a bit. Um, I actually enjoyed Thunderbolts quite a bit, more than I thought I was gonna. That's for sure. But yeah, they. I don't know if I can call them, a hit. They did okay. I think actually I take that back. I think Thunderbolts didn't do that great money wise. And where I left off a couple weeks back, Fantastic Four was doing good, but not amazing, right? So yeah, what do you guys think? Do you guys think that we get a lot more viewers or we get a lot more people in the Star Wars camp? Um, yeah, I don't know. Let's see. Action Joe says, "I hope the Mando movie is filled with fan service. We need Star Wars to have a hit movie. I think it will. Like I said, I think it will. With that property in particular, it makes sense. Again, it's been the number one hit, right? Sort of consistent through the seasons. Yes, season three wasn't that much, but it was still pretty solid compared to like Acolyte, for example. So I think the movie will be a lot of kind of like fan service, which is fine. It serves a purpose. Like I said, I kind of want to see people, excited to go see Star Wars in theaters. But then after that, yeah, we need something a little bit more original, something more story driven for sure. Nerd affiliated says, I'm starting to think there isn't fatigue as much as we need refreshers. Um, I don't know at this point, man. I don't know. Aside from literally hitting the reset button, which is what they're gonna do. I mean, we all know it. Um, I don't know how much of a refresher, there can be. Um, yeah, not with Marvel, not right now. I mean, maybe if they don't make movies for like 5 years, right? Like Star Wars, um, and then they start slowly coming back. Maybe. I mean, Superman, right? Superman might be a good example. Um, Superman, they definitely took a step back, and reassess things. And I enjoyed Superman. I liked it. Did I like it better than Man of Steel? Some parts, yeah. There's some parts I definitely like more about Man of Steel. Um, but they're different. That's the thing, right? They're different. And I kind of feel that this one seems to have resonated more with audiences, or with more people at least in the audience. And even then, it wasn't like a smash hit, right? I don't think it did $1 billion, right? Um, I think it did okay. I think it broke even and then some, right? Um, which by today's metrics regarding superhero movies, that's a win for sure. But yeah, I mean, I don't know that it breaks a billion, right? Fantastic Four, same thing. To Action Joe Fix says 64 days until SpaceCon. Yes, sir. What are you getting, or who are you getting there? Any photo ops? Any autographs? They got a lot. They got a lot going on. Maybe I should show you guys before we take off, just as a reminder. Let me see, SpaceCon, just so that you guys do, 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 get an idea. So here we go. This is the roster, right? And come on, Billy D. Williams, yes sir. Lando in the house, and I guess it was not true what we heard, right, in Nashville. I guess he's not retiring. Anyway, we got some Marvel. Speaking of, quite a bit. We got the Emperor also is going to be here. Carrie Ann Moss, that one's pretty cool. I mean they all are pretty cool, obviously, but Carrie Ann Moss. I mean, come on, Trinity and Bernard Rowe. I mean, sorry, not Bernard Rowe. Um, Great. Now I'm blanking out on her name. Anyway, we got Flash, we got Daredevil, we got Moff Gideon, we got George Takei, we got a lot actually of Battlestar Galactica, which I'm pretty excited about. Natasha Liu is going to be here as well. Vincent D'Onofrio, Jonathan Frakes. I mean, look at it. It's quite a bit. All right. Tricia Helfer, Michael Ironside. Man, I want to meet him. Um, so yeah, we got Edward James Olmos. He's amazing. Um, Again, we got plenty of Star Wars. We got plenty of Star Trek, plenty of Starship Troopers, which I'm personally very excited about, and plenty of Battlestar Galactica, who's also, I mean, come on, cannot mess with that. There you go. This is my general right there. General John Rico. Johnny Rico. We got Shin Hati in the house. We're going to have Jessica Jones as well. We got, of course, Sam Witwer. So, in case you guys missed him at Rebels Comic Con, he is going to be here in San Antonio in a few weeks. So, make sure to check that out. And then we got some of the hosts and stuff like that. So, make sure that you are checking out the website. We'll be announcing panels or panel schedules. I want to say, oh my lord, I don't want to get the date wrong. I want to say it's Monday. It's coming pretty soon. So if you guys are thinking about the show, definitely, keep checking the website, SpaceCon, spaceconsa.com. And then let me see. What I did want to see is where are the pictures, because there's some group pictures that are pretty interesting. Let me see, photo op. Can I go here? Mm, oh, come on. Where are my groups? Where are my groups? Here. Let me show you this one. Okay, so for example, you got the Starship Trooper cast photo op for 300 bones, and this one is Casper Van Dien, Denise Richards, Michael Ironside, and Dina Mayer. I'm honestly thinking about this one. My my inner kid is screaming. I absolutely love this movie, and to have all the major players in the same photo op. Obviously, I'm not super excited about the price tag, but you know, it is what it is. But yeah, this one is, I don't know. This is the ones that I've been thinking about quite a bit. We also got, where are they? Where are here? The Battlestar Galactica one. This one is also, I'm a huge Battlestar Galactica fan. Um, and this one includes Jamie Bamber, James Callis, Trisha Helfer, Mary McDonnell, Edward James Olmos, I'm sorry, and Grace Park. So it's, again, it's basically everybody from Battlestar Galactica. 360. So yes, more expensive, but also more people. So this one would also be kind of insane to have. And then from there, obviously we got plenty of cool people like Billy D. Williams, 350 bones for a what's it called, for a photo, sorry, for an autograph, and then $300 for a photo op. So you know check it out. Again, we got quite a bit of people and guests that will be um at the show. The show is stacked, so there's a little bit for everybody. So make sure you keep checking the website spaceconsa.com in order to get the panel schedule. Like I said, coming up here, I want to say it's Monday. Don't quote me on that, but it is coming in the next like week or so. I do remember seeing the announcement. So yeah, guys, SpaceCon is going to be a great show for anybody thinking about it. I think it is definitely going to be worth it. Yeah, we got some, definitely some big names in the house, and the show itself is pretty big. It's at a big event center, so like the show floor is also very big. So there's going to be plenty of opportunities to shop. The panels are usually really good, you know with as much talent as they got. Of course, the panels are always pretty good. But yeah, think about it. Like I said, I do encourage you to check it out. This is the second SpaceCon actually, and they got quite the lineup as you just saw. Let me jump here into the chat one last time. Nerfin says, "Look how excited we all got for SDCC 2-pack Superman box office and Alien Earth doing well on Hulu. We need new timelines, characters, or interpretations." Yeah, I'm with you. I'm just saying that I don't think Marvel is gonna do it. Um, I think they're doubling down on throwing literally everybody on screen, right? Um, and then some. And after that, they're just gonna hit like the reset button, right? Like we said, and we'll see. I mean, because if that doesn't work, man, absolutely nothing will. Action Joe says, "How about instead of Ray starting the new Jedi Order, they get Sebastian Stan to play Luke and have him do it?" You know, as much as I don't like to say it, I don't think Sebastian Stan is right for it anymore. Um, he looked rough. He looked rough in that what was that one? Um, was it Thunderbolts? When was the last one he came out? No, Captain America. Um, yeah, I don't know that he's the right age anymore. If I'm being honest with you, uh, yeah, I don't know. Maybe, I mean, through the magic of deep fake, maybe, but yeah, I don't know. Let's see. Actually, no. Nerdfilm says, "Yeah, Superman did what it could, but these days it's so hard to get close to a billion. Uh, takes a kids movie or some dinosaurs." Yeah, man, that for sure, or some blue cats for some reason. I still don't understand Avatar, and I'm sorry if there are huge Avatar fans here. I've just never been a fan of that saga. It's just not that I dislike it. I just never understood the hype. And but man, those movies print money like it's nobody's business. Just when everybody's like, nah, movies are dead and stuff, and they come out with a new Avatar and it breaks like all the records ever. So I'm sure the next one will probably do the same. Again, I don't know why, and I will not be contributing to that. Record breaking. Not that they need my help. I'm just letting you know, like it's not, that's not my cup of tea. I think I watched the last one like dude, I don't know, like a year after it came out or something like that. I was like, all right, and it took me a while to finish it. I'm not gonna lie, it took me a while to finish it, and I finished it just to say that I had seen it. Um, yeah, I don't know. I those movies just never really connected with me for some reason. But again, they don't need me for sure. They got a gazillion dollars in the box office. North Affiliate said Texas gets all the dope cons. Come on down, brother. This is gonna be in October, so it's gonna be a little bit cooler already. You won't be melting like poor old sexy flexy, walking in 110-degree weather. Yo, we got a friend from the Legacy of Nerds saying, "Yo, what's going on, brother?" So, guys, if you are in Houston or surrounding area, definitely check out Daniel, the Legacy of Nerd, at NostalgiaCon Houston this weekend, starting Friday. He's going to be conducting a bunch of panels, including a very special Star Wars Rebels panel, which is going to be insane. I know he's going to do awesome. So, if you guys are attending the show, make sure to check out the panel schedule and make sure you hit up all the ones that Daniel is doing. He's also going to be doing Freerin, Bleach, I think Yu-Gi-Oh, One Piece. I mean, this dude's doing like all of it. So make sure that you check that out. But like I said, do not miss that Rebels panels, guys. Like it's gonna be insane. So NostalgiaCon Houston this weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at the George Brown Convention Center. Don't quote me on that. I think I'm getting it wrong. But yes, so just look up NostalgiaCon Houston, and you will find all the information. And if you're going already, make sure that you check out our friend Daniel up on the stage, and he's also going to be out, on the show, meeting, people, signing babies, kissing foreheads, whatever it is he does at conventions. So make sure that you stop by, you say hi, and you get a cool selfie with him and let him know. Let him know that the general sent you. We got Antonio in the house, joined late, but wanted to still drop in. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you, as always, for your support. Listener says, "Thanks, man. Yeah, man, absolutely." So, guys, I think that is gonna do it for tonight. Thank you so much for putting up with me. Um, today has been a day and a half. Um, like I said, I don't have my usual setup. It looks like I lost my StreamYard account, so that's awesome. Thank you for putting up with the technical difficulties, with sort of the clunkiness. YouTube definitely needs to work on their sort of live stream interface. It's missing quite a bit. But again, I really appreciate y'all coming in, hanging out. You know, and yeah, and just being here to talk about, of course, Star Wars, some of the upcoming stuff. But still, let me know if you're planning to buy that Lego Death Star $1,000 set. I'm very curious. I'm very, very curious if you guys think that's an okay price for that kind of Lego set. Again, let me know down in the comments. I would also greatly appreciate it if you check us out all over social media. Just imagine that my banners are going on like normal. We are on Instagram at general.kenobis.bunker. We're also on TikTok, general_kenobis_bunker. We're also on Threads at general.kenobis.bunker. And we are on Facebook, General Kenobis Bunker, all one word. So I would greatly appreciate it if you check us out again all over social media. Go check out the channel. We dropped a toy hunt. It feels like it's been forever. Dropped a toy hunt. We start to see a little bit out there of new stuff. So yeah, let me know what you guys are hunting for as well. Check out, let's see, oh, my interview with Dennis Lawson. He's great. He was so great. He told the story about Ewan McGregor, seeing the movie and talking to him about it. Yeah, he's awesome. So yeah, thank you again. I really appreciate Joe. Don't forget to leave us your like before you exit the stream. Let's let YouTube know that even without our usual setup, we're still doing okay. So thank you, Bunker Bunch. I hope that you have a great rest of your week. I hope that you have an amazing weekend. Once again, if you are in Houston or surrounding area, check out NostalgiaCon Houston, where our friend Daniel from the Legacy Nerd will be covering and will be hosting a bunch of panels pretty much every day. So make sure to stop by and you said hi. All right. So that is going to do it for me. Thank you so much. Have a great night, and I will catch you on the next one. Uh, Disclosure: there's not going to be an outro video. I think this is just going to end when I press the button. So yeah, thank you again. Love y'all.